Joyce has sparred both Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, particularly Anthony Joshua. He sparred hundreds and hundreds of rounds with. And he believes that Tyson Fury will win when they face off. And, well, I'll give you the quote here. He said, quote, "I'm going with Fury because of his performances and the way he's come back from his lowest point to beat Deontay Wilder for the WBC. I think that while Joshua picked himself up since losing to Andy Ruiz Jr., he's kind of been a bit too negative in his style and a bit wary of the shots coming back at him. Don't get me wrong, it's a 50-50 fight. Joshua has got great strength, hand speed, dedication, and motivation, and he's very competitive. With Fury, you know he is mentally very strong, tactically as well. He's unorthodox and hard to hit. He's fast, and he's a bigger guy with a longer reach. For me, he has the edge," end quote. So you notice he talked about Anthony Joshua being cautious, and that being because of the fact that he isn't maybe as confident as he used to be when the shots are coming at him. And this is what I talked about, both following the Andy Ruiz rematch, which, you have to give him a bit of a pass for that because there was so much on the line and it was the guy who'd knocked him out and so on. But for the Pulev fight, and look, I'm not having a go at Anthony Joshua for not getting Pulev out of there earlier, in terms of, I'm not saying that, he should be able to do it. I just think Anthony Joshua needs more time mentally to get over that Ruiz loss. He's only a human being at the end of the day. And when I say needs more time, I think he needs more time to get back to where he was mentally prior to that Ruiz loss. Yeah. Lennox Lewis took time, a few years before he really gained his confidence back to 100% following that first loss to Oliver McCall. Anthony Joshua might not need as long as Lennox Lewis. Maybe he'll need longer. I don't know. But I just feel like to give himself the best chance against Tyson Fury, he's going to need to have the same kind of confidence levels, the self-assuredness that he had prior to that first Ruiz fight. And I am not the only one to recognize that he doesn't seem to have that at the moment. And it's not just a calculated thing with Anthony Joshua. Okay, I got hit here, so I'm going to be calculated about what I do going forward because I did get knocked out in a situation like this. No, you could see in Anthony Joshua's face there was anxiousness at points in that Kubrat Pulev fight. You could see the anxiousness in his face. A lot of people are not good at maybe they don't want to see these things because they're big AJ fans, but some people are not good at reading body language and facial expressions. You could see the anxiousness in Anthony Joshua's face. He didn't have the same confident swagger that we saw prior to that first Ruiz loss. Okay, to the Ruiz loss. We didn't see that same look in his eyes, the look on his face, the body language. Against Kubrat Pulev, there was still the air of vulnerability about him in his body language, in just the vibes he was giving off. It wasn't just about his tactics, it's about his body language, folks, because that tells you about where he's at mentally. So, yeah, it seems that Joyce is seeing the same things that I'm seeing, and this is a guy who has sparred hundreds, if not thousands of rounds with Anthony Joshua over many, many years, knows him very well, and he is concerned about AJ's confidence levels at the moment. You see it? So if he's concerned about that, why wouldn't I be? Right? I just think that Tyson Fury is the more confident of the two. But I have made videos recently where I've said that the counterweight to that could be Tyson Fury getting overconfident. If that's the case, it could compensate for AJ's slight lack of confidence. So we'll see. This is why it's such a fascinating fight. And hopefully it gets signed in the next couple of weeks. The signs are very, very positive at the moment. Eddie Hearn is saying it looks close. Frank Warren is saying it looks close. So let's hope it gets done and dusted. And we can see these two heavyweights square off probably twice in 2021. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Come and join me on Patreon and access my weekly no-holds-barred, censorship-free podcast where we lift the lid on a wide range of controversial topics. It's not mainstream friendly, it's not politically correct, but that's the whole point. we dare to stand as a beacon of reason against an army of insanity. Just head on over to my Patreon page and select the tier called Hatman Hot Topics. You'll gain access to a minimum of 2 hours of exclusive content every single week, including podcasts, videos, interviews, live stream Q&A sessions, as well as my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. Not to mention a vast back catalogue of hundreds of hours of previous episodes. You can listen via the Patreon app with the option to download in high quality MP3. We've also got a Discord server where you can come and chat and hang out with myself and other members. There's no contract, no commitment, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.